I was trying to think about some patterns in all female narcissist friends I had in my life, and one definitely stands out. Each of them really liked asking for favors. It depends on a person what favor they ask for. But from my experience, each of them always had a specific need, and they always tried to manipulate into providing what they needed. It could be lending them clothes, it could be doing some work for them like projects or some homework, it could be taking care of their child, doing their hair, going to run errands for them, doing makeup for them, talking to guys they like and tell them that the narcissist wants to be his girlfriend, etc. What's important to see here is that they are not grateful. They may act as if they are grateful, but you feel that they think of you as if you were stupid and that they want more and more. Normal friend, if she asks for a favor, she is grateful, and she usually will also reciprocate at some point. There is some boundary, some structure to it. With the narcissist, the moment you do something for them, it is as if you opened a reservoir for the narcissist, and it is very difficult to close that reservoir because the narcissist wants to suck and suck. They wouldn't just ask, and if you say no, they would accept that. If you say no, they will make you feel as if you are weird, not school, not helpful for not wanting to give them what they want. Sometimes they would just smear you to your friends. So, they would say anything to your face, but when you go to see your friends next day, you feel like everybody is looking at you in a strange way, because the narcissist already smeared you to punish you and also, to make you finally do or give them what they want. They usually also know very well that what they are asking for is too much. That is why they need to bend the reality, mix and twist, so people around are disoriented and cannot think in a clear way, because then they are too tired mentally or their mind is so filled by the narcissist's talking and conditioning, that they just can't process what is really going on and they are just judging quickly. There is no space left for analysis in their minds. This also makes me think, maybe that's why people judge so much, because they just don't have the capacity to process information, because they are bombed so much by all sorts of condition from TV and society and church and disordered friends. But back to the female narcissist friend and Favours. She may totally surprise you with what she wants. For example, she may actually already arrange for you to help somebody who you don't even know with something that you are good at, but you don't do this for other people. Then you feel strange, because not only you don't do this kind of favor usually for anyone, but also you are to help people who you don't know. And for the narcissist it is totally fine, which could be okay, because some people have crazy ideas. But again, the reaction of the narcissist is usually really cruel when you say no, or you try to show them that you might not be comfortable with this, or even when you agree to do this, but you don't look very happy. Only this, that you are not super enthusiastic about her idea, can get you in a really big trouble. She will straight away cancel and start to behave like a whimsy child, talking to her friends that she arranged you to help, that she wanted, but you are so weird and she just saw that you weren't happy, so she cancelled. In this case, the favor can actually be only a way to smear you, or a way of showing all that she, the narcissist, is so great in arranging things, but well, people are like this and she tried but she couldn't help them. So, she never really even wanted you to do this favor for these people, but only to show these people that you are weird. Maybe she knows that if these people came to see you, they would actually like you. And she doesn't like her dummies to be connected to her other connections. Her dummies must stay dummies. She can then blame things on them, she has a subject to talk about, or rather laugh at with her other connections. And the dummies are always her safety net. Since she made sure that you are disconnected from other people and you are made to look weird, then when she comes to your group, then she shines. She's got interesting stories, because she goes places with other people. And she will not like it if you also have interesting stories. This when she knows that she needs to erode you. You need to be put back into a place where you belong. So, back to being one of her dummies, or, you will be smeared to your closest friends, which are other dummies, and slowly they will be turned against you. It is dangerous to stand out in a narcissistic group of girlfriends. A narcissistic friend who is the head doesn't like you being a person with your own worth. You must be her admirer, her supporter, and her provider. Otherwise, you will be punished and coerced to do what she wants. Or you just leave the group and live your life. I think that this is much better in a long term. In a short term it seems like the worst idea ever, but in the long term you are winning if you go. If you stay in friendships that you feel erode you as a person, even when you really care about your friends, is always a losing game. You will lose yourself. And then you will have anger directed at yourself and even those friends. And then you will be frustrated with yourself even more. Losing you is the worst thing that can happen to you. It is much worse than losing a friend because it is extremely difficult to rebuild yourself, to feel you again, to feel alive and in peace with yourself. This video is about a narcissist friend, but I'd like to say that in any friendship, even with a normal person, if you feel like you are drowning and choking, go. Actually, even before that. If you feel that the friendship is off, take time off from a person, or just stop being friends with them. Some friendships can really keep us from doing things we are supposed to do, for years or sometimes even entire life. Even if you love your friends sometimes, you have to leave them if in your heart you feel that you're supposed to be on a different path. We all should have our own path and meet every so often, or in some parts of our lives we walk the same path, but then it's time to go different ways. This can be very obvious for some people, but this is not obvious if you come from very close friendships and very codependent dynamics. Then you feel really like an awful person that you want to do something for yourself, or that's something that your friends don't approve of. The power of influence of these kinds of friendships is huge. To me, it has been really much more difficult to get out of toxic friendships than leaving toxic boyfriends. When you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, there is a breakup that ends things, and nobody expects you to talk to your ex. Some people talk, and some people just avoid each other, and both behaviors are accepted. But with friendships, there is no such thing as a breakup. And some people take friendships very seriously, which is fine, but then others don't, which is also fine. For some people, a friend is like a member of a family, and for some, it is just a person who you hang out with. So, if you have a person that takes friendships very seriously, and you don't take it as seriously, then your friend might be really difficult to leave. They will try to stop you from going away, at any cost. Sometimes they may lie that there are problems in their family, or that they have some disease even. This is really toxic. But if you have a friend like this, you might feel really bad for the person, and since you really care about them, you may start to compromise your own life's decisions. And this is again really dangerous. Relationships are difficult in general, and it is in my opinion again all because of personality disorders. I think that it wouldn't be this difficult if we were all healthy. Now when we talk to somebody, you never know what grows in their head, because if somebody is disordered, they create something different from your words than you actually said, or they take to maximum something that was said in a very casual way, etc. I know because I see how I myself was seeing things when I was in the midst of narcissistic abuse syndrome, and how my head would make much more of something that was nothing and nothing of something that was big. That's why I think we have so many misunderstandings in relationships, and we get hurt by all sorts of things, and many times each person has good intentions, but it all just turns out to be a disaster.